The rest of them are right.
Shiny Stone, 550. There's all three of them, if you don't wanna look at them.
Larry, that CA6, does it have dirt in it or what down there? Have you been down in the hole there? It's got much brown stuff in it. Doesn't look very good, really.
Well, I haven't, we've been bringing some in and I haven't
Well, now,
noticed it, but.
Now, some of it,
See, sometimes your limestone gets a brown tinge to it. And I don't know if that's iron in it or what.
yeah, he'll have good rock there, you know, you can get that. But
Are you allowed to use brown rock? I mean, like out of there? I can't remember who was telling me one time, somebody that had to do with building the roads said that either that or they was pouring concrete on a job and something to do with it. There was an inspector that didn't like it. I don't know if that was you telling me
That wasn't me, but that could be, you know, their rock has to be inspected and improved, for certain requirements. We buy material down there that is not inspected and approved, and we buy it with, local tax dollars and use it because of the price break, you know. It may be a little, I hate to say substandard, but it does maybe quite meet. Sometimes we've gotten into that, dusty chips is, we call it dusty chips. In other words, they got a little bit more dust in the chips than what the spec allows. And if they end up with that, it just happens, and rather than run them back through, it's cheaper for them to say, hey,
eat it, yeah.
we'll give you a break on our price here, and sometimes we can take advantage of that and, you know, get a material at a cheaper price and not hurt us, and sometimes we don't want to.
Sure.
Those are all the same.
they'll-
Yeah.
You need, John needs to sign both of
Yeah,
them.
he's the only one.
Okay.
This is a formality, and I'm not even sure it's required, but we do it. Used to, we bought more quantity than we were allowed to purchase without bidding. I'm not sure we buy that much anymore. They've got it up, 30,000 now, so.
You still, like the barge rock,
That hasn't worked out for 2 or 3 years. Cheaper to go to the quarry.
too much money or what?
Yeah, they want too much, you
Wasn't
know.
enough difference to vote with it. What was the barge load cost?
Oh, I can't remember now, Gerald. It's been a couple of years since we've done any of that, yeah. It was,
Well, the bad part about it.
it was break even the last time I figured it.
Yeah.
And the only reason I did it is that let us get a quantity of rock in, like in 2 days, instead of taking, and it let us go on to something else.
Yeah.
You know, but it was a break even, there was no price advantage to it. You know, that year it was a price advantage, we got that for a year or two, that was nice.
Well, what does Condor, what he charged on loading, or was that in with the rock or what?
That was quoted our price, we did, you know,
Okay.
in other words, the quarry paid him, but he was charging $2 or something a ton
Yeah.
to handle it. And hey, he's gotta pay.
Yeah.
He's got equipment and facilities and people to pay.
Any questions? All right, we need a motion made to accept this resolution for, I guess to
Bid prices.
bid prices for the general maintenance materials.
I like that motion.
Okay, got a second on that?
Second.
All right, all agree, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Everything running pretty smooth?
Yeah. Still fixing things. Got another one Friday we found in a big rainstorm here about 3 weeks ago. And then we found another one last week. It ain't give us problems yet, but we're gonna change it before it does, so it just to
Put
be
the
done.
plastic in.
Huh?
Or you put the plastic, too big.
Some places, Some places we are, some places, you know, and that's what's caused a lot of our problems. The one we still gotta do, I just happen to have a metal pipe on a yard, but it's a metal, and the bottom is rusted out, it's a field entry. It hasn't given us any trouble, but I told David, I said, before it washes out, we're covered up with other things, let's just go on and get it replaced. And I've got a metal pipe on the yard that we're gonna use, hey, it's in inventory, rather than go buy another one. But
Yeah.
the one we did Friday, we replaced, 2 metals with a plastic. One size bigger. So,
How's the gravel roads? You all been able to grade some?
yeah, we've been grading. It was getting dry Thursday, and we got that rain Thursday night, so we're
Right.
back grading Friday then.
Good.
Yeah, we've been doing some grading.
I don't have anything else.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Larry.
Have a good one.
You too.
Thank you, Larry.
Sheriff, how are you?
Good. Jeff, how's your secretary doing?
You good?
Did you quiz her about it?
Yeah,
What'd she say?
she said she wanted a job for you.
Wonder what?
She wants to come to work for you.
Oh, well, I told her she could. Yeah.
Everything good?
Yeah.
Come on up. Got bills, I'm sure. I'm gonna call, him on the roof today. I haven't spoke to him yet, but, okay. You can talk to the board about it a little bit today if you want.
Thank you. Sure.
Thank you.
You and Juanita. Pass that around, that's what we made in the jail in January, as far as housing prisoners for other counties and the booking.
We got a leak over there.
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago when that bad storm came through, it created some problems.
And
And,
the corners that worked out. In the
Yeah.
corner there.
When that wind went through here, Marcia looked at it, she thought that the wind, of course, it come right across to here, sucked it up, and that's what, whatever this guy, his name was that looked at it, he said there's a lot of old damage underneath it, so I don't know if the insurance will allow a claim on it or not, I guess it's gonna be the way he words it. But I mean, according to the pictures, that's what it looked like, is it sucked that rubber roofing up off the roof.
Who does that type of work?
American Roofing,
Dwayne Hopkins?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's who it is.
Yeah, I think he might be all right.
Yeah, I'll call him today.
Before I forget, I need you to sign and date where I highlighted, this is it's a federal forfeiture form that we fill out every year. If we get eligible for federal drug asset forfeiture money, we have to have that on file every year.
Put today's date or put the same as
No,
you?
today's date will be fine, I'll fax it back today.
Had any drug busts lately?
It's the one a couple of weeks ago, it's the last one we had.
I noticed, I guess it was last week, there was, 2 cars that came through, they got new tires and stuff. I thought, you know, when we spoke the other day on the budget, you felt like everybody's tires are in good shape.
One of them was the last black and white that we bought last year that we hadn't been using. I had to put it on the road because the deputy that has the car kilograms
Yeah.
decided to swap it out and let him drive this one.
Okay.
So I had to put the tires for that, and the other one might have been Sean's, who's probably one of the last ones.
Okay. So, but you feel pretty good that we don't need any tires or?
That should do it now. We've still got a few other issues like the rear end up there, but I think the tire problem, this should be all over for this year.
So what's this here, fees that y'all charge?
Yeah, I told Sandy to start making it up at the end of every month, showing what we're bringing in as far as housing prisoners and the bond fees. This should be close to like $14,000 total for the month.
Kinda wonder if our food bill's gonna go down, cause John had talked to me last month and said that we were able to get on that discounted rate from the food company at municipalities and stuff like that, was gonna get the same pricing as school districts and stuff.
Okay.
So, he felt like we was gonna save some money. Hope so.
We had a church group come through the other day, did a tour of the jail. I think I understood him right. I think he's collected $700-800 in coupons his first year already on that. He's still doing that for him.
Didn't know that. Why is that church group come to that?
About 3 months ago, First Baptist Church is one that started, but there's probably about 10 or 12 churches in the county that wanted to get together. Because all the suicides and the overdoses and
Right.
stuff like that. We've discussed a lot of things. Every month we have a meeting. And one of the things that was brought up by some of the ministers, that they feel like because of the amount of inmates that we have in our jail, that's a stress factor on not only inmates but the family members. And they wanted to do something or try to come up with some way to relieve that stress. And one of them brought up the idea of maybe once or twice a month, churches come together and buy a meal for the inmates in the jail. And they want to buy the meal and they want to come in and serve it to them at the cell door.
Right.
Spend a few minutes with them, talk to them, see if there's anything they need, and see if they can help with their families on the outside. So that's what we talked about last week. And, I mean, if this goes through, then that'll be some help for our jail right there.
Is there any kind of security issue that you're worried about?
No, we will have staff on hand, and, we'll talk to the inmates ahead of time and let them know if this is what we're gonna do, what to expect. I'm sure everybody's gonna be receptive to it.
Good.
Right now, we're having 2 church services a week, Tuesday nights and Thursday nights, and I think each night we're having 2 or 3 sessions each night. So just about everybody that's in jail is going to church, male and female. And that's, the churches really wanting to get involved and help us with stuff over there.
That's good.
And, when you think of a jail that's 25% overcrowded, you normally think, well, you're gonna have a lot of fights and a lot of stuff going on. It's calm over there. And I think the reason that it's calm is because you got the church coming in. I mean, you got Bible study, you got church service. I think it's helped. Will it help them when they get out, back on the street? I hope. That's what the church's long-term goal is. And so far, it's working. How are we on money?
Well, no,
We don't know yet.
Hope
They
these
just
are
come in,
bills
turn
paid.
around and left. I don't know where she went.
You got a warrant for hers? Turn around and run off.
Is 911 meeting today?
I don't know if it's today or next Monday. I'll have to look. I got an agenda and I can't remember what it was.
It's usually the third Monday, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. Is that right? Remember? Yeah.
I can't keep up with it. Keith has to tell me in the morning. I'll forget.
How was that conference you went to?
If you like Springfield, I guess it's all right. There's not much to do down
Because
there.
there's things that you can bring back out of that for Massac.
Yeah, some of it, but mainly the statute says that sheriffs have to have 20 hours of training every year. And they break it in winter and summer conference. They give you 10 hours in winter, 10 hours in the summer. And it's something you gotta go to. I don't really like to leave town, but I had to go.
Ted, we went up to Springfield, got 2 more of them Humvees for the city.
Dude,
I don't know what they're doing with all of them. I think that's 5 or 6.
they suspended that program last week for like a week
A bit back.
because they felt that they weren't being used in the proper way. Some reporter on Channel 9 in Chicago brought out a story. So they shut it down, but I think they restarted it again today.
They said they finally got it. Go. The
get something worked out with Estes downstairs to where they, the Humvees are ours, but I want them to have access to them too, because if we have an emergency, they're gonna probably the ones that drive them. And let them do the routine maintenance on it, you know.
Yeah.
Go out and start them, you know, every couple of weeks, make sure they're running and check the fluids in them.
They had that earthquake drill yet? And there's supposed to be a drill coming up that Keith and everyone's doing.
Yeah,
I
and
don't know if it was this month or if it was in
I
March.
think it's in March or April.
Okay.
So we got something with the Coast Guard at the end of this month. The tabletop exercise would make the big ones like in March or April.
Yeah, it was the radio, the tire and everything, but no issues. It's a lot of money in gloves.
Well, that's not just for the jail, that's for the courthouse and for our guys too. But the inmates go through a lot of them. You'll see there's like two different kinds, premium kind and a better kind. The
Yeah.
inmates use those all day long when they serve food, medicate, you know, cleaning the jail, whatever, so. But a lot of it, he's trying to stock up on some stuff, they get it at a cheaper price.
Are those thin,
Some of them are real thin and some of them are better surgical.
I say, do you see cotton gloves up there for you on the,
You gotta be careful, some people are allergic to latex, so they get the latex-free gloves.
You ever have your guy do stuff like that, replacing that valve, or is that something he couldn't do?
I think this one he couldn't do. He will be gone in a couple of days.
He will?
The one guy that we've been using, we're gonna have to take him to the yard, so.
Well, dang. You're gonna miss him, ain't
Yeah,
you?
it's gonna hurt.
What they call wanting,
It's basically, he's been here long enough, you know, they're gonna
won't move him.
serve out the rest of his time with us. Of course, I kept track how much money he had saved us.
You say you got a chance to speak to Betty?
She never called me back.
Oh, I thought you said she came back.
I figured she would contact me, but she never did. You must have answered all of her questions.
Well, I think Jeff and Gerald did. John wasn't paying attention to her, he got a little.
I got chastised. I was just taking minutes.
She usually catch me here in the hall sometime, in about 30 minutes.
Right after the election, she come in, or right before the election. Come in and she read somewhere on the internet that we were shipping all our voted ballots to Spain to have them tabulated over there. And I said, Betty, where'd you hear that? She said, it's on the internet. I said, it's not true.
It's gotta be true, it's on the internet.
I said, you know, she was concerned about voter fraud, and I said, well, and I can't guarantee 100% that there isn't some voter fraud going on, but it's not, it's negligible in Massac County.
Anything else going on over there?
It's just Monday.
Yeah.
It's just Monday.
Full house?
Yes.
All right, well,
What is your population now? Still 50 plus?
Oh, yeah.
I bet you're averaging mid-uppers now, ain't you?
On the weekends, if we, If we've got several weekenders, it's close to 60.
Tell people to get a work release or something during the week, or,
If, you know, instead of serving straight time, if they actually have a job during the week, the judge will allow them to come in on the weekends. And then sometimes a weekend is a Wednesday and a Thursday, if they've got a job that they
Oh,
work
okay.
weekends. So it's what they call periodic in prison, but we'll get several of those.
You still got people you could pick up if you had room.
Yeah, it seems like every time we let 2 or 3 go, we'll always get 2 or 3 more waiting in line to come in.
You just run too good of a place over there, Ted.
repeat business.
People just wanna go.
Winter time.
Or, hopefully we'll work on the budget this week and get it wrapped up, so.
Anything else from us?
I mean, unless these guys need anything on the budget.
I'm good.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
You gonna work
I
all day
seen your
tomorrow?
trucks out there and I thought they must be working on the budget. That balance, Cheryl said, the 83,000 is partly because we got an income tax check or payment from the state of 62,000. And then we'll have payroll about 107, 108.
Next week.
That one, yeah. That we've got some fee, you know, fees and stuff that we'll be getting in, and so we should be in good shape.
I'd like to hopefully try to pay some bills sometime. We're gonna start adding back up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you kinda have any idea what you, it's hard to say what you think,
Yeah.
and fees that you might get next week?
It is.
We have about 7 days.
As soon as we get it gathered up, I'll bring that back down.
Okay.
And I wanted to let you know the tax sale was Friday.
Oh, okay.
Real estate's at 1 o'clock, mobile homes at 10 o'clock.
This Friday?
Judy said she still had about $700,000 out in real estate. Normally it's about 250, isn't it, John, that goes to the tax sale?
You said City National sometimes comes in and pays.
They have, and she's in the process of getting all those posted and
Okay.
everything now.
1 PM, where'd you say residence?
Real estate
Real
is
estate.
at 1 o'clock, mobile homes at 10 o'clock.
Where do you do that at?
Downstairs in the basement, in the hallway.
Is there still a big interest in buying those like there used to be?
The same people, pretty
Yeah.
much. You have a few that come in and that don't understand the process, I think, and then when they find out how
Yeah.
tedious it is, they.
You know, I don't mean to
back out.
discourage that to some of these people, but I don't think they have a clue what they're risking.
Exactly, exactly.
I mean, if they don't get these notices out and do everything in a timely manner, they just lose their mind.
Well, I mean, we've got ones that have been doing it for a long time, that
Yeah.
didn't do it right and lost some money, so people need to really look into it. Is there someplace on the internet that they can get information about the deadlines and,
Well, it's all in the statute books, but I mean, it's,
yeah,
the normal person can't decipher it.
exactly. I've sent them to your office, I'm like, well, they may be able to tell you where to go to get the information you need, but I try to tell them not to take it lightly.
Well, I mean, you know, not to discourage them, but when you see somebody in there that think they just go down there and buy the taxes and pay the taxes for 3 years, the property's there. It's
It's not that
Not-
simple.
not that simple at all.
Hmm. Yeah, Steve used to buy a lot, didn't he? Hasn't he?
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're wanting to take his place now, though. Lions.
Steve's still buying.
It is early.
I don't think he's registered this year.
I don't think he comes to Massac County anymore, but he's still around the state.
Oh, is he?
I think they're still trying to decipher all that.
I think so too. I don't think they got it all worked out, what all happened.
Anything else going on in your office? No.
Same old thing, on.
Well, yeah, we kinda snuck in on you today.
That's okay.
Tuesday was off. Go ahead and knock
You'd
it
think
out.
I'd pay attention when we have a day off, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well,
We appreciate you, your enthusiasm for your job. You'll be here tomorrow, right?
yeah. You gonna be here next Monday too?
You
Look
might be,
that
yeah.
far ahead. It seems like I've just been day by day. I had a death in the family, so this is kinda just been day at a time.
Who passed away?
William